Hello guys, welcome, Happy New Year again, and we are back to Danganronpa. So, let's continue. Trial 3, this is the ending of Chapter 3. So, let's go. Looks like we have reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our guest victim quiz. A victim quiz? Not a culprit quiz. The only victims are the people who are still watching the drawn out, boring crap. Why are we being such a drowner? All of a sudden. It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time. Why? Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you are killed in this killing game, you are a winner. Cause then everyone mourns you and you get tons of posthumous popularity.
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy! You don't need to reveal this kind of behind the scenes details.
Alright!
Dying makes you more popular? Then we gotta die soon.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost. Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Is all that
Logic does
remains
not
of a
compute.
once powerful nation.
Did you hear something?
No. Right now,
I didn't
you're
hear
on the
anything.
threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious. That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too.
Is all
Scared
that
of
remains
losing
of
my
a
friends.
once powerful nation.
Did you hear something? No,
Right
I
now,
didn't hear
you're on
anything.
the threshold of an amazing adventure. Showtime.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tanko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died.
Performing the seance.
Cage child, sounding seance, all in the corner, bloody Kokichi,
What if someone steals
the cage child.
something in that room?
I think this is the one.
Of the 3 empty rooms. Why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was Trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty rooms.
If the culprit's plan were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what will that tell us?
Performing the seance.
That room? Maybe trapped.
I agree.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What a bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
No, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up! I'll fight alongside everyone and survive!
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Hey, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn! Well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro. Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboards until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it! That must be the reason. What was the reason again? A dried blood under the... That doesn't seem like it's related. Shuichi, when you were preparing the seance, was there a spot you didn't step? That could have been where the floorboard trap was hidden.
Damn it!
Everyone's staring at me. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud. Yes, it was the circle.
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit... There is no doubt in my mind. They are the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive.
It has to be you! Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined.
That's true.
And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
No, that isn't.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
Yes, I
how can
can.
you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it! The culprit didn't even have to see at all. They used hearing, touch, smell, sixth sense, touch.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move them, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene, I know it. What is it? Magic.
I see now! That's it! The magic circle! They used the magic circle! Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard. Ah, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check? Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle without all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image record?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So, this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything.
There! This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Your what? Why?
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just
So, Kiyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction. Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant?
Now I shall bear witness to your ability, Shuichi. Do entertain me. If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the signal was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the signal are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words! The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Well, I have an answer for that. The first come, first reserved.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
Culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this. The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Voting time.
You killed Tenko and Angie!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he's not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
When we aren't consistent, our position looks weak. We have to work together. If we vote now, we will never know the truth. We have to defend that point.
Killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's
I
death.
got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve. It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation, but we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. There was a bloody piece of tape underneath Angie's body. That's right, I wondered about that. I think we need a closer look at the whole situation so we can find out what happened.
This is it! The bloodstain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Was that Tenko's hut?
That bloodstain is too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because it happened before the seance. It was there before Tenko was killed. It was from the investigation, the air was dry.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was.
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in the rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or...
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mia.
What did Kokichi see? Something Angie did. There has to be a clue there.
The art research lab is
There's
I agree.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, her kinky wax play.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead,
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
then did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood on the floor.
which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shinichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. What relevance does that have? None. There is no evidence to prove it. Is there really no evidence though? If she didn't die in the empty room, then why was she attacked twice? The culprit must have been a big bad meanie to do that.
I was wrong.
This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Sweet Korekio,
Calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains.
So you did see blood in the hallway. Then why wasn't it smeared all over? Because it's not there, is it? You're just bending the facts to make me suspicious. What kind of detective are you?
Damn it! You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'm sure there is a clue. Yes, there is.
The culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Oh no! You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
Must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
It has to be you!
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
Killed both of them.
Double kill.
Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The murder was an accident. The murder of Angie.
That's it!
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
He just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up. He was killed.
Then, should have just stopped there. He killed Angie. There was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. So you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge deductions or guesses.
Well said. Good job, Korekio.
Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence? There's no evidence that he killed Henji.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo, but I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yeah, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yeah. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. Why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that?
Final
You
blow.
have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Removed floorboard.
It ends here! Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard. Angie's blood? Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
The weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick.
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
You are screwed.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
Helicopter with a floorboard!
All we can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
True. Is this true?
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Okay, who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? What weapon knocked Angie conscious? What was compressing the injury on Angie's head while she was carried? What weapon killed Angie? Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? What object did Tenko rest her forehead on during the seance? What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage? Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? How was the culprit able to move around in the darkness during the seance? The handle of the spinning katana. Whose effigy? How was this? Single place. When the culprit approached the cage, How did the magic circle get erased? When the culprit approached the cage? No. What weapon did the culprit set up? It was a sickle. Yes. Was Kokichi. Was Shuichi. How did the magic circle get erased? No, it wasn't this. Steps, Keiji, effigy, footsteps. When the culprit approached the cage, stomped. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the room? Who's...
This is the truth of the case! Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the cross pieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from a warehouse. They were planning to cut the cross pieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for this. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Cage Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner, finished the ritual, and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the... Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekyo Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders. That's where my detective work
You are
leads
screwed.
us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekyo. There were times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already! Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart-racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
It's voting time! Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result. Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the for the dreadfully wrong one.
I don't know. But based on what we have searched for in the investigation, it's this. Seriously? You are correct again! Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row. If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you will proceed to the bonus round. How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over. No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, you no need to kill them both, no matter what motive you have. Motive? Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder? Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito? Shut up! I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with? Because we are friends, I will tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that. So, it has nothing to do with the motive? Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
What?
Bragging about our perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky. So, to see this lover of yours you had to escape.
Tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer will be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside? Don't look at me. I'm not his lover. Calm down. No one will want a disgusting shit stuffed bitch like you anyway. What? Kyo, who is it? Who is this person you love? Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy. I mean inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me, my dearest sister. Sister? Don't look at me. I'm not his sister. Well, duh. If you were his sister, you would have killed himself already. Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover.
I loved her so deeply, and she loved me so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
I had to kill for her. What?
Sister.
Was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely. Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister. Deceased?
You understand?
My sister is now a ghost. So her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
For sister's sake, I have killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends. What? This is too impossible to understand, too impossible. Sister is very happy. Yes, correct you. I'm very happy. Thanks to you, I'm not lonely. Could it be that lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
I am Korekio's older sister. Thank you for looking after my little brother. What the hell? After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught, I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want, and I'm never lonely. That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit? It's just illusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love. Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick. You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed there?
What was that?
What? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here. You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh? Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends. Only girls? I see, so when we were deciding on who should be the medium... Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here. And besides Maki and Neo, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sisters' friends. All worthy? Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care. Then the second victim could have been me? Tenko died in place of me? Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Tenji's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her perfect friend for sister. She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Huh? Infiltrated? Really? But how did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people. Yes, she stood up against the darkness of this school all by herself. All for her beloved friends.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though I was planning on having you become sister's friends too, eventually. What? You do all that for... Whoa, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the cage girl child just so you could use it to kill someone, right? It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that, I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on kills right now. Allow me to explain though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. But Angie walked in on me preparing and I ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared. You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister. You are such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy. You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekyo's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand. That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister? That's wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death. Death only changes a person's form, the soul lives on a ghost.
That's right.
Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Korekyo's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you. Cut it out already.
Was that?
I don't understand anything you are saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair? Because death is unfair. All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they are reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths. Well, if you look at it that way, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. People were watching this. Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this. Hell yeah, if I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching. The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery, but my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now, my beloved sister. I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Korekyo.
It's alright, sweet Korekyo. Come to me. Looks like you're already prepared now. Now then, let's get started. Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last I will finally get to see you again. Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others. But wait, I can't accept this. Like I said, there is no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
From an anthropological...
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease? The living must find this reason, however, forced to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death how determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
What? That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you. It won't be just me and Korekyo. All those who died will be watching. I will be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Oh man. What? No, no, one of them. Why? What to think my cute child would commit suicide? It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he won't kill himself because you couldn't get along. One of them committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Mod and Deb obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him. Yes, the other monocubs drove him to suicide, but not me. Huh? It was one of them. You already forgot? That's kinda scary. Looks like another class trial has wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this year Necronomicon. Seems like a waste though. You guys sure you don't wanna use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking about that? Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic. I'm assuming you will think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's been just two of us this whole time. It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Jeez. Even now he still talks about raising the dead. Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead. The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up! Leave me alone. But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have. Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta wanna protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials. Yeah, you're right. Hey, your talent as an assassination is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh? I will work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh?
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I will put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki. I see. I wonder how long that will last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki rolls one of my sidekicks. I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll? Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now. Well, what you know? The dumb asses can do basic math. That's right, 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain. By the calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces? Just 9 of us. Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the Artless robot is thinking, right? Right? No, I'm not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable. But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we are all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits or the dead. Just you guys, I believe in all of you. Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right, those of us who remain can start over. Hold up, Key Boy. Needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there is only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smack it on the ground with all your strength, got that? I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we are missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta. I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay,
I remember how I felt. Oh, don't understand.
you're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar. Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you won't have any free will if the world was comprised. Okay, let's get over it. With just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know.
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit. I only say this because I thought about it. Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's be holding back. Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying to so hard to hold back? Huh? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Join your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Thank you, Angie. I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you too. But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Himiko. Damn it. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. So sad. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However,
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think? Yeah, I hope so.
oh, so
Then
fluffy.
go to carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya.
Oh my god.
No way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Oh, so cute. While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night hair. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. Are you sure? Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh? Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore. Yeah, 'cause of me. Yeah, maybe but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead. Sure, got it. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Oh man, this class trial was... yeah. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. What the hell? What happened?
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
What's happening to him? Oh, I didn't understand what happened to him. Or what is happening to him. I thought he was just scared. I don't know what's happening to him. Okay guys, I hope you are enjoying this series as much as I am. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace out.